Hey everybody, I hope everyone is doing well today. So today is the video for Wednesday, October 28th. And what we are continuing to do today is work on our drafts. And I have a bit of a CTA review of the steps of how to write the essay and also the online workshop for structure of CTA. So that is what we are doing today. And the homework for the weekend is to continue drafting, reading, and revising your draft. Now, next Monday in class, what we will be working on is continue drafting and revising. And then next Wednesday, we're going to begin peer review. And then the Monday after that is when we will finish peer review in class. And the final draft of the CTA is due on Wednesday, November 11th on Blackboard by midnight. So anyway, what we're concentrating on today is the online workshop for the structure of the CTA. And I have the link right in the syllabus. And you can also find it under the Lessons tab. And here's the lesson that I'll be going over today, which is the CTA steps and structure review. Okay, so just as a sort of review and reminder of what the paper really is about. It's about taking a position. Your position is the claim you're making. You'll support your claim with ideas and details from your topic cluster. Now, this is just an example from one of a previous course, from a previous Comp 1 course. So the claim made in the model student essay is the practice of photoshopping is the underlying evil that distorts body image for men and women. Now your claim should not be a fact. It should not be an irrefutable statement of belief or be an unsupportable opinion. Therefore, your claim should be a refutable opinion that you can support using the text or the sources from your topic cluster. Now, what that means from there is that you want to support your claim through connected reasons. So the reasons you nod to in your thesis statement are the backbone of your argument. So per our text, your claim must be supported by reasons that your audience will accept. A reason can usually be linked to a claim with the word because. So here's an example from Purdue OWL. America's anti-pollution efforts should focus on privately owned cars because it would allow most citizens to contribute to national efforts and care about the outcome. And that's how to really develop your thesis statement. So what you want to do is support your claim through connected reasons. And you want to use this organizational structure to represent your claim and your three major reasons for your claim. So your claim is your main argument or your thesis statement. And you really want to make sure you have three main body paragraphs for reason 1, reason 2, and reason 3. So this is very much a review of what we've already been talking about in class over the last few weeks. So you want to make sure your reasons are supportable. So you want to double check those reasons. Your goal is to use topic cluster texts or sources to support your claim. So be sure your reasons are rooted in the text. So for each major reason, can you refer to specific points from one or more texts that you can use to support that reason? Is each major reason supportable by the text or the sources at hand? So here's an example here. I think recreational marijuana should be legalized because it has been successfully legalized in a few states. Studies demonstrating pot's dangers have come up empty. Now, saying that it makes ice cream taste better, that is not a supportable reason. So what you want to do is qualify your thesis statement or make sure that you have enough support. So your thesis, that is the claim and the reasons, may feel impersonal or may even run contrary to where you stand on the issue. Likewise, your thesis might not keep your text in mind. But for example, the following thesis does not reflect the author's actual values on the issue of animal rights, nor does it reference the nature of the evidence to be used. Because of cultural reasons involving the need to survive, learn, and enact social norms, some forms of animal cruelty are logical. Now, to ensure that multiple stances are indicated in your argument, you want to work to qualify your thesis and include reference to your text. So, for instance, although any form of cruelty runs contrary to my own beliefs, several texts demonstrate how some forms of animal use and abuse play a logical part in people's need to survive, learn, and enact cultural norms. And you want to make sure that you do qualify your thesis statement. Now, from here, you want to make sure you update your argument's structure. So going from there, you want to start with a claim, your reasons, reason 1, reason 2, reason 3, and then the qualification of that claim. Now, providing evidence for your reasons, after you've read the text or the sources in your topic cluster and have identified important points that you want and need to introduce within your argument, you want to consider how to organize them. So how are you planning to organize and categorize these points in relation to each other? Would it make sense to address the commonly held beliefs related to sexual assault first? And this would invite comparisons between Katz and Gervais and Egan. So would it then make sense to discuss new paradigms addressed in these texts, the way perpetrators view victims and the way society as a whole views women? So this is one way to sort of begin outlining, and I did talk about this last Wednesday, different ways of doing this, but you want to make sure you provide evidence for your reasons. So if you haven't yet organized the important points into about 8 categories or so, you might want to do that now. And you really want to think about organization and structure. So sometimes making a graphic organizer, and there are so many tools available online now to even make a digital graphic organizer, just to sort of help with structure organization and consider that. Now, this example is for gender exploration as sexual assault prevention. So some different things to be thinking about might be society, the US as a whole, the rhetoric of gender, the role of institutions, women as victims, women as objects, and thinking critically about gender or gender roles. Now from there, you want to consider how to organize these into your argument. So like I said before, you want to make sure you have that claim or thesis statement and qualifying that thesis statement, and then you want to come up with a reason 1, reason 2, and reason 3. So the way that this student has it organized is reason 1 is women as victims, rhetoric of gender. Reason 2 is men as victims, objectification. And reason 3, institutions and society as a whole. Now here's a review of structure. There are 2 methods that you can use to organize and outline the CTA that is discussed within the textbook, and that was a part of last week's reading. So you can use the block method or the point-by-point method. And if you need a review of those methods, I have included a link to a handout from a writing center. So if you click on this link, this is a handout from the Ashford University Writing Center, and they talk about how to use the block method and also the point-by-point method. And they'll give you examples as well. And this also includes how to outline or how to organize a compare contrast essay. So this link is very handy. I definitely recommend looking at it if you're having a hard time organizing your paper. It might be helpful to take a look at. And lastly, I have the CTA links here. So I have the link to the guidelines here and also the topic clusters. You can find all the sources at the bottom of this handout of the guidelines. If you need to find those links, they're available. I also have the link to the CTA sample paper, which is something that we went over last Monday in class. And I also have the CTA invention here that I have already gone over in class as well. So if you need a review of those things, you can find that on the slide. Anyway, that is it for today. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me, or you can stop in during my office hours. I have office hours this Friday from 3 to 5 p.m. And that is it for today. I hope you all have a wonderful day and a great weekend. Thank you so much.